Why is this new Clubhouse app so awesome? Find out now on the Unlock Success podcast.
This is the Unlock Success podcast. We're helping entrepreneurs around the world dive deep into the keys you need to shatter excuses, believe in yourself, and help you achieve your highest goals. Here's your host, 8-figure entrepreneur and the living legend of internet marketing, Anthony Morrison.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to another episode of the Unlock Success podcast, where my goal is to help you just unlock success in every part of your life, whether it's business, relationships, health, wellness, whatever it is. We want to help you tap into what it takes to be massively successful. Now, on this episode, we're gonna deviate a little bit from the norm, right? And we're gonna talk about a new trending fad, right? And I don't want to call it a fad, maybe just a new thing that's trending right now that's really hot. It's called Clubhouse. You can look up that app on your phone, and it's really interesting, how things change, or how things come full circle. My mom, I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, and she said, son, we just moved her into a new house, and it has gas. That's a gas oven, right? And she said, I just don't know why anybody would want a gas oven when you have an electric oven. It's just so much easier. It's easier. She said, we had gas ovens, 40 years ago. And she said, we evolved into this electric oven thing. And now all of a sudden, the trendy thing to have is the gas oven again, right? It's like things come back, they come full circle. Sometimes we evolve so far just because evolution is required, just because it happens, right? That sometimes the evolution isn't really that great, and so we end up going back to what was better. And I think that it's interesting with the Clubhouse app. Why is it so awesome? Because it's simple. It's simple. It's just people talking to people. It's just connecting people to have a conversation. Now, if you think about all the stuff that goes into Instagram, right? You got to have the photos, and then you got the stories, and then you got the reels, and then you got Instagram TV, and then you got the DMs, and then you've got 3 different message boxes. And as of recording this, Instagram has now opened up Instagram rooms where you can have video chat rooms. And it's just on and on and on and on and on, right? Think about Facebook. You've got the news feed, then you've got the pages, then you've got the groups, then you've got your direct messages, then you've got the thread. I mean, there's just so much going on, right? Clubhouse simplified all of this. They took the video out, there's no video, and they made it an application that you can use no matter where you're at. In fact, as I record this episode of my podcast, I'm actually still on Clubhouse. And in between my filming sessions, I go chime in and chat with everyone. So I think that when you're looking at why Clubhouse was so simple, or why Clubhouse has been so successful, and why I think it's so awesome, it's because of the simplicity that it brings to our lives. And I think we can learn a lot from that, whether it's in your relationship, your business, and the way that you're doing your marketing. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes just dumbing it down to the core things that people like will really help you not only grow as an entrepreneur, but grow as a person. People want to interact. That's what they really want to do. On Instagram, you're not really doing any interaction. You're just taking stupid photos and posting them, trying to look cool, most of the time pretending to be someone you're not, and then trying to get a bunch of likes for edification. It's like, if I can get 100,000 likes, I feel like I've made it in this world. But let me tell you, you can't cash those likes in at the bank. You're not buying a Lamborghini with the likes. You know what I mean? But yet we value the likes. We value them. We freak out if we don't get a ton of likes the minute we post a picture on Instagram, right? It's ridiculous. But with Clubhouse, there's no faking it. That's another reason why it's so awesome. When you get up on the stage on Clubhouse and you're speaking and you're talking to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. In fact, I was in a room the other day that had 5,000 people. You can't fake it. You can't take a picture beside a rented Ferrari and fake your success. You got to answer questions. You got to be able to give valuable information. And that is what I think makes this platform so amazing. If you haven't got this on your phone, you need to get it. It's called Clubhouse. Right now, as of the time we're recording this podcast, it's only available on iPhone, but I'm sure it'll be available on Android very soon. And get in there and listen to the conversations. it's connecting people. I was on there just last night talking with Tyrese Gibson, literally, like, I think he said he's done something like 9 billion or 6 billion at the box office, right? And he's just having a conversation with me there. I know this is old school, but Warren G, he had an epic song, Regulators. He had a lot of songs, but one that I still listen to this day reminds me of the time when I got my first car. I was on there talking with him. But then, so we're able to talk with like movie stars and musicians, and then you can flip it all the way over to, you're on there having a talk with the CEOs of some of the biggest companies in the world, or you're having a talk with some of the biggest venture capitalists in the world. It's an application that brings us all together and lets us learn from each other. It's like a virtual mastermind, if you will. And what's going to make Clubhouse win, and the reason why Clubhouse is so awesome, is it is value driven. Every single part of Clubhouse is value driven. No one's going to get on there and listen to people who are not delivering value. It's just not going to happen. What's the point, right? So that means that nobody's going to get on there to speak that can't deliver value, and nobody's going to be listening, right, if they don't get value. And so at the end of the day, what happens is it's a value-driven platform. If you've got 5, 6, 7,000 people in a room, it's because there's a lot of value being dropped, right? There's a lot of value being given. And I think ultimately that's what's going to make that platform work. And it's a transition into me talking about your business, your relationship, your health, your wellness. Everything is value driven, right? You want to be successful in business, you got to lead with value. You want people to buy your product from you, you've got to lead with value. Give them something for their money, right? Lead with value, not with sales. You want to have a successful marriage, you got to lead with value. You got to put value into, you have to value your marriage, right? I mean, that's how it works. You have to value your relationship. You have to lead with this value, right, in order to get it back. It's on and on and on. They have created a platform that truly leads with value. And it's the only social media platform I can think of in my time that has ever done that. Everything else leads with pictures and videos and funny stuff and entertainment. Maybe that's a good analogy. Most all social media is for entertainment purposes only. Clubhouse is for educational purposes only. And so therefore, you're getting a different type of person on Clubhouse. You're spending a different type of time on Clubhouse. And this whole old school thing, like I talked about earlier, of just taking it back to the old days. I mean, look, group chats, just talking is not that's not revolutionary. What would be revolutionary is the fact that we can now get on Zoom and see everybody's face and sit at our computer and talk to people around the world and see them, right? Talking, just audio, there's like going backwards. But the thing is, it's convenient. And that's another thing that you should take from today's podcast, is that convenience matters, right? It's got to be convenient for people to do it. Like, it's convenient for me to be on, Clubhouse while I'm driving in my car, or while I'm at the pool, or no matter what, while I'm in the gym, right? Because it doesn't require my video. It doesn't require me to be sitting at a computer. It doesn't require me to be actively engaging. I can just be listening. And so the convenience factor is another reason that this application and this social network has just blown up. So when you're looking at your business and you're trying to figure out, how can we grow? How can we blow up? How can we be super successful? Lead with value. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be the most cutting edge person in the world. Sometimes keeping it simple can really work, and make it convenient. Make it something that's easy for people to use and consume. And when you put those three things together, you get massive success. And this Clubhouse app is a prime example of that happening. I'm super excited about it. It's something that we're gonna use heavily in our business to connect with people around the world, connect with a new audience, connect with people that ultimately might want us to help them, with their business, might want us to help them with some of the things that they're doing. And I think it's an amazing thing. I think it's an awesome thing. And I think that you should download this application on your phone. If you have an iPhone, check it out. If you don't have an iPhone, then you can do it on your iPad, or you can wait until they come out with it on Android. But ultimately, the lesson behind Clubhouse's success is those three things: be convenient, lead with value, and absolutely make it simple, right? Make it simple to consume. So hopefully, first of all, hopefully I've inspired you to go check out the Clubhouse app, because it really is amazing. And then second of all, hopefully you can learn from the things that I've pointed out that I believe have made Clubhouse super successful, and you can implement those things in your business so that you can duplicate that success and that growth. Of course, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Unlock Success Podcast, and I look forward to seeing you next week with a brand new episode of our Unlock Success Podcast.